Part two. Okay, look. We left off talking about racism and how it's destroyed us, and how I've gone to Canada and I've never been a half breed, I've never been a chief, I've never been a nigger, or any of the other things. I left it there because I wanted to come back to it. But more importantly, I wanted to come back to something that's more important than me. I have learned in my 7 trips to Canada, because I've seen lots of people blending together in happiness and content. Now, I've never seen the dark side of Canada outside of the French-Canadian fight versus the regular Canadian fight. Yeah, they have their moments too. And some of my friends are French-Canadian, and some of them are regular Canadian. I don't know how that works out. I know you see these damn lights! Anyway, as I was saying before I was interrupted by the old white lady. The lights, man! I'm recording! Okay. Totally keeping this video. Yeah, we don't tend to think before we do X. I've been a victim of more racial shit. Don't make me say I know y'all see them damn lights again. I've been the victim of more racial shit than you can possibly imagine. Like I said, from grade school, middle school to high school, and even in college, I've been the victim of some racial shit. I was the victim of a racial incident in my first 3 years of school. One of the teachers told me that 3 black people can't die at the same time. At this time in life, this happened during Columbine. And this teacher, I'm not going to give her name. Let's just know that it starts with a D. And no, her last name is not Dickhead, but it should have been. I had some friends. I had went through this in high school, and I never thought I would have it happen again. So, one of my friends had a car wreck. He died from internal bleeding. Another friend had sickle cell. He died. And my cousin's cousin had killed his girlfriend and killed himself. In high school, I had a friend, 2 of them, boyfriend and girlfriend, killed them. Well, the boy killed the girl and then killed himself in front of their child. And so to have this happen again when I got into college, it was like totally not something that I ever saw coming. And my cousin's cousin, he had been incarcerated a little bit, and he said he would never go back to jail. And their relationship had came to an end, which is why I've always treated women correctly. And even though I lost the love of my life to God only knows what, she's still alive, so don't take it that way. Our relationship ended by force, not by course. I know you see them damn lights! If you're gonna talk, wait till you get past the damn door! I'm sorry. Totally keeping this video. Anyway, I never thought that he would do that. Now, hell, I never thought that anybody else in my life would ever go that way and go out that way as well. If I get emotional, I'm sorry. And yes, men get emotional. I went to school, and on my way to class, a person who knew my friend who had died from the car had came to me real quick and said, "Hey, Reggie is dead, right?" It's like, what the fuck you mean he's dead? So I had just heard that Tony had died, and then Reggie had died like the week in between Tony died. So they kind of died back to back. But if you go by the headstones, Reggie died first, and then Tony died, and then my cousin's cousin did his thing. So between January, the last 2 weeks of January, that was 2, and then in February, that was the last guy. So the news came to me in between February and January. So I told the teacher I can't come to class right now because I have to go see if what this person told me is true. So I went to the Johnson Brothers funeral home, and he was dead. You know, his body was there, and I saw it, and I can honestly tell you it was like a piece of my soul got ripped out because we were like brothers. You know, we lost touch when my uncle stopped dating his mom, but whenever we saw each other, we constantly caught up. Now, I hadn't caught up with him in so long, I didn't know that he had a daughter and all kinds of other stuff, and it just like destroyed me when we lost him. So then I went back to school like the day after that when I had the next class. And this teacher, Mrs. D, she straight told me, if you don't come back with the obituaries, don't come back to my class. Because I don't like liars. And I snapped back and said, first and foremost, just because you go home to your pretty white house with your picket fence and your beautiful husband or whatever it is you do, and you don't have to deal with the shit that black people have to deal with every day. I said, 5 black people die every day, and just because it doesn't make the news doesn't mean it doesn't happen. I said, well, you need to go get me these obituaries. So, I didn't go to class that night. I had to go to the Johnson Funeral Brothers, and then I had to go to the other one up the street, not too far from them, and I had to get Tony's obituaries and my cousin's obituaries because they were at the same funeral home. And I had to go to Johnson Brothers Funeral Home to get Reggie's obituaries to take back to this broad because she thought that I was lying and that I just didn't want to go to class. Well, high school and college are 2 different things. And when you are in high school, you kind of have to go to school because it's mandatory by state law. When you are in college, it ain't mandatory. It's your money. If you don't want to go to fuck the class, you don't have to go to class. So I bought her the obituaries, and I stayed in class. I think I went to her class for maybe about 2 more weeks before I reached fuck it. And on the 2 more weeks when I reached fuck it is when the Columbine thing happened. And this broad drove me to the edge because she went out of her way to pick on me and 3 other students. Those other 3 students were women. One was white, one was Asian, and one was black. And I mean, the white chick was like the smartest chick in the class. And I mean, she knew all the answers and everything. And the teacher just would like, oh, you just think you're such a smart person. And she's just being a real bitch, you know. And then for the Asian girl and for the black chick, I mean, they all 3 of them went and finished school, by the way. I didn't. I quit. I had to quit because I was a heartbeat away from taking my samurai sword to this broad's ass. And being that Columbine had just happened, that wasn't the best idea. So I lost my financial aid. I lost myself. And I could have finished school had it not been for her. And I could have got my degree in acting, again, had it not been for her. And the code of blue that the school that I currently attend, that she's no longer working there, thank God. It was really a fucked up ass time, you know. And she didn't have to do that. And she went out of her way to pick on us. So I gave up everything. I had to write a note to the whatever the hell to get my financial aid back. And the first 3 notes were really bad. So I wrote the last note and I turned it in. So one of her friends worked there said that I threatened her in the note. Now the note specifically said she gave me feelings of I want to smack my female dog up and that I shouldn't be persecuted when I've lost 3 people back to back to back, and she's calling me all kinds of liars and stuff. So then I had to report to the dean. He's not the same dean that's there now. The dean there is now is a little bit more sensitive, and the dean who was there then was exceptionally sensitive. I just didn't get a chance to know the guy, you know. So let me make that statement just in case he's watching. And he actually gave me back my financial aid the very next day. But no one ever told me for years. And I didn't go back to school until 2007 because of the hurt that I felt. The last class I took for my performing arts degree was working the studio lights. So I know how to work the lights and shit, and put the cellophane paper and switchboard and all that. I can't remember everything, but I pretty much know how to work the damn thing. So that being said, um, I don't know how Miss D is doing. I honestly don't give a damn. Because I will say that anytime that a teacher can abuse their power to keep a student from having a successful class curriculum and year, you have no business teaching. Now, let's move on. I brought that up because of racist stuff, and then a few years later in my life, another cousin would be killed by her husband, and that would be on my father's side. And on my mom's side, another cousin would be killed by her boyfriend in front of her children, or in front of her child. Well, actually, both of them were killed in front of their child. And I've had that happen 4 times in my life now. 4 times. So when my relationship ended, I wasn't going to be like that. I made sure that I would never be like that. And yeah, I do still have strong love for the girl that destroyed my heart and made me no longer believe in love. But I would never bring harm to her. And this has something to do with this entire concept of why this is part 2. We tend to look down on people who date out of the race. But we don't understand why people date out of the race. Well, here's the thing. You're not dating out of your race because we're all human beings. There is no specific race. There's one species and it's human. Unless you count Bigfoot. We as people tend to not look at why people tend to do interracial dating. We don't. We tend to see them and we're like, look at these motherfuckers bringing abominations into the world instead of seeing them as, oh, look, they're in love. They're going to have beautiful mixed children because mixed children are so cute. You don't know how many times I've been told that when I was a child. Oh, you're mixed. Mixed kids are so cute. Let's pinch his cheeks. Okay, so I've been through that too. And when you go into other countries and you see mixed couples, it's like, cool. Here in America, it's like, it's still one of those taboo subjects, and we don't really want you dating our daughter. You guys can have fun. We can't stop her from having sex with you, but when it comes down to you marrying her and getting in our family, we don't want that. And that's cool and everything, if you're fucking honest about it. No. If you're honest about it, if you're going to give your child no choice but to leave the person she loves because of the color of their skin and you don't want that person in your family, then be honest about that shit with these people from the jump. Just that simple. Be honest with your kid. If you're a racist, be honest about it. Hey, look, babe, I can't pick your friends, but you better never, ever bring a black man home as your husband. Ever. Or you won't be in this family. Now, if you tell that child that from the jump, and you raising them to be a racist, I can respect that. You're taking a lot away from your child as options of love. Because I will break this down for you, because we're going to have to make a third part of this video. But I'm going to break this down for you. Interracial relationships generally last longer. Interracial marriages generally last longer. And most of the time, that black man that your white daughter has brought home treats your daughter better than any white man she's ever been with. And he, more than likely, 10% of the time, has never raised his hand or his voice at your daughter. Like me. Now, there's a flip side to this. You guys know I play devil's advocate all the time because I'm a fair person. There are some interracial relationships that don't work out and don't have hiccups where that black man is not beating your daughter. There are relationships where there are a black man beating his white wife and she continues to stay with him. And we all call her stupid, but love make you do dumb shit. And this could be any relationship. There could be a white man with a black woman who beats her ass. And she stays with him. And we call her stupid. And then the first thing we all become racist after that. Well, why are you dating that white motherfucker? Or why are you dating that black motherfucker? Why don't you date somebody who looks like you? Maybe you didn't think about maybe the people that look like you treat you like shit too. Alright? And I will be honest. When I was younger, I'm giving way too much of myself here. When I was younger, I only wanted to date light-skinned black girls. This color. Like me. High yellow. And it wasn't because I was raised that way. It was just sight preference. Although my very first crush was an Eskimo girl. She was like half Eskimo. Jillian, wherever you are. They moved away when we lived in the projects because she also lived in the projects. But anyway, they moved away. I have no idea where they are. Sometimes I wonder if she's even real because she did expose me to Kung Fu first, and then I found a teacher who taught me for free since I was 7 till I was 10. Anyway, long story, we're going to get off of that. I dated 2 girls darker than me once. They were black. The first girl, she destroyed me. Yeah, she really destroyed me for black women. And she was 12, I was 12. I had already had sex. I didn't want to rush her into it because I lost my virginity at 10 by a 12-year-old. Long story on that. We're not going there. The girl in which I speak lived right down the street from my father. We were in Smithfield. And she told me that I was clingy, that she needed space for a week, and I gave it to her. And she brought her new boyfriend on my porch. Long story short, he got on James Williams Express. How's your chin? Anyway, I asked that because I gave him the tip of my boot to his ass. He missed the steps and he skinned his chin on our driveway. And every day I tried to make her crash her bike. Yes, that was evil of me, but she broke my heart, man. She literally ripped it out of my chest. And not only did she break it, but she had the balls to bring the new boy to my porch, lie to me and my father. And then after my father went to go get snacks, telling me the truth, which I respect that, but she could have just did that from the jump instead of even bringing the boy there. Because I gave her a week like she asked, and in that week she had a new boyfriend and they had sex. She would never give me sex. She wouldn't let me touch anything but her boobs. And I didn't even get to see them. So that wasn't really relevant, but that was part of the whole thing there. And and I kept telling her I wasn't a virgin, but I wanted to take our time so that nothing could go wrong. Well, she obviously was pretty damn fast, and she moved on without me after telling me she needs a week without me. And within that week, she didn't fuck the guy maybe 4 or 5 times. No. We lived down the street. We could have done it. I knew what condoms were. I was 12. They probably weren't big enough for my little dick, but, still, I knew what they were. I knew how to use them. I knew how to have sex. But at the end, we went our separate ways. I forgave her. I also never spoke to her ever the fuck again. Yeah, ever. So I started messing with another girl a year and a half later, who was also black. I'm 14. So she's dating a 23-year-old. This was the last black chick I ever dated. This guy pulled the gun on me when I was walking her home. And we explained to her, I explained to him that this has been my girlfriend since the beginning of the summer. And he said, well, she's been my girlfriend since the beginning of the year. I was like, but you're 23. She's 14. That's illegal. And he said, yeah, but I'm the one with the gun. And I will kill you. And it's like, you're going to shoot me, a 14-year-old boy, over a 14-year-old girl that you shouldn't be fucking? That's real mature. So he had his little 10-speed. I had my BMX, and I pretty much dropped my BMX. He did have a gun. So my dad also had a gun. And he said, you go ahead and shoot my son, and I will lay you down where you stand, because I have a gun too. And he's looking around because he can't see my dad. My dad has, ninja-ized the whole porch. Same porch I kicked the dude off of back when I was 12. So, he ninja-ized the whole porch. And he had cracked the door just enough where the guy said, yeah, I got the barrel right here. And he said, yeah, I can't shoot you faster than you can shoot my son, but you damn sure won't be getting away. He said, and by the way, her father is my best friend. I'm only going to give you his initials. His name is JC. And he told my dad that my dad wouldn't shoot him. My dad said, you really want to take the chance on my crazy? Or you want to get on your bicycle and roll out and don't come back? Because I'm going to go call her father. And when he gets a hold of you, you're going to wish that I shot you. So, guy jumps on his 10-speed. Rolls the fuck on out of Riverview. I look at her and I tell her, look, don't ever talk to me ever the fuck again. But I know If you had a boyfriend, then you shouldn't have been messing with me in the first place. I'm not going to give her name. And I do forgive her. And again, I've never looked for her or spoken to her ever the fuck again. And in turn, I've also have never dated any more black chicks. Now, I'm not blaming all black chicks for that, but I've learned my fucking lesson. No, my lesson is this. If we're in an open relationship where we're just fucking, cool. Let me know that. If we're in a relationship where I think you're my girlfriend, but you're secretly not my girlfriend, we're fucking, but you're fucking someone else, I like to know that. So that that other person doesn't walk up behind me and shoot me in the back of my head for some shit that I didn't know happening. You know? But after that, I started dating white girls. Yeah, I had one white girl who brought her new boyfriend on my job, and I could not get fired to save my dick, because I was going to beat them to death. And they got a free meal on my meal ticket, and I never spoke to her again after that either. So, you understand that not all interracial relationships work out either. So, you live and you learn from your mistakes. And a lot of us don't. We tend to fall into these repeated cycles. I'm breaking my cycle. I'm no longer looking for love anymore. I'm only looking for a good time now, and that's it. No babies, no love, none of that, because I'm not going to get caught up in no drama. I'm done with that. If I'm not getting paid to be an actor with drama, then I don't need that shit in my day-to-day. Alright, I'm going to end this video, and we're going to start part 3 after I go change the machine and get my clothes into the dryer. Thank you.